This drawing made me think about how the business of art has changed. A couple weeks ago, I did a video about Paul Heaston, who has an enormous following, who teaches drawing and then shows a lot of these drawing, usually from life. And here you can see the drawing and then the life, which in this case is a truck. But one of the things it also reminded me of is Viktor Schreckengost. He was an industrial design professor as well as an industrial designer, and he was somebody who was fascinating. In my very beginning of my career, one of my first roles was to sit with him while he did book signings. The man would just sit for hours, and he was fascinating. One of the things I remember him saying, and this is 20 some years ago, but he was like, artists are lots of things. And if you're an artist who's a designer, then you are an artist who solves things. And in some ways, I think one of the things we've done as a society is streamline what everybody does. Now, Viktor Schreckengost taught in an art school, and that is one of the ways that he made a living, but he also did all these side projects. So he very early in his career worked in ceramics, and then he worked with industrial jobs like redesigning trucks. If you've ever driven next to a truck called a cab over, where the cab and the engine are lined up, that is because of Viktor Schreckengost. He was working on trucks and he was trying to make them more efficient to move things so there'd be more space for stuff. And so he realigned it. And he had to conceptualize it. And this is something artists are very good at. They're very good at rethinking something because their whole existence is about observing and then creating. Go back to the beginning of this. Part of the challenge is we have, as a society, decided that efficiency is the most important thing. Sometimes it's not about doing it the fastest, though. It's sometimes about intellectual efficiency. And that is where I hope that our society remembers that artists often offer a lot of intellectual efficiency, partly by the fact that they are great at observing and then making decisions based on those observations.